Hello and welcome to Hunter TrueID. I'd like to take a minute or two to introduce you to our product. It's a web-based application specifically designed for law enforcement to help identify individuals. There are a couple of ways that we do this in the application. The first of which is through metadata, basically doing a search against the biographical information on a person, the name, date of birth, height, weight, hair color, eye color, that type of metadata, or then to look at a facial recognition search. Whereas an officer can, out in the field or back at the station, they can take a suspect image, load it into the system, do a facial recognition search, and get back a candidate list. And from that, we can drill down and we can look at information specific to that suspect, or we can generate a candidate list that we might want to use to then create a photo array or suspect lineup. So really what an officer will do, and again, this is a web-based application, they can be using it out in the cruiser, they can be using it at the station. What they're going to do is log into the application, and once they do that, they can come in and they can search for a suspect, and then they're going to pick how they're going to do it. So for example, if you're out roadside or if you're in a particular situation, you've got an individual that you want to determine their identification on, you can snap a picture, let's say with a handheld digital camera, come in here and let's say I'm going to browse and I'm going to go out and grab that JPEG image and upload it into the system. So now this is a picture that I actually just took with a BlackBerry, snapped it of my individual here, and now I want to go back and do a search against the repository. So I'm going to click on Find Person, and now I'm going to get back a candidate list. And based on facial recognition, we're now getting back all of these different suspect images, and these are all various images, mugshots that were taken, and are stored within our repository of images. Now this repository is a shared collection of information by any contributing law enforcement agencies that are working within our system. So if they're submitting mugshots to us and the data that's associated with them, we'll go ahead and search against that. So you can see that I've got my list, I've got a number of different mugshots that are associated with this person. I can come in and I can drill down into this information. I could zoom into the picture, I could print out this card, or I can export this image out. But it allows us to look to see, hey, the person standing before me has said that their name is, John Smith, but lo and behold, I see that they've been arrested multiple times using different names. So that person search using the facial recognition would be a really powerful tool. Now the other way that we can go on this, and now if I just kind of reset my search screen, is to look and say, okay, I want to maybe put together a photo array. So let's say I just want to look for white males that are age 20 to 25. And you can narrow this criteria down a lot further. Hair color, eye color, you can put in physical features, tattoos, scars, marks, and narrow it down that way. But let's just say white males 20 to 25. Again, I'm going to click on Find, and I'm going to get back now a candidate list based on the criteria that I put in there of all these various people that met that. And now what I can do is I can just go in and say, all right, if I want to build a photo array, I can manually just come in and start selecting people off of this list. Or I could come up to the top and just say, I want to select everybody. But let's give our candidate list a name, and now let's say we're going to go out and create a photo lineup. So any of the candidates that I picked are going to now be available to me in my candidate list. And by default, I have the option to do an 8 array, but maybe what I want to do is make this a 6. And I can simply start dragging and dropping my various candidates into my array. Or maybe what I want to do is just say, okay, I'm just going to randomly fill in my candidates. Now here they are. And I can drill down, similar to what I did before with looking at my details, take a good look at who I've got here, print things out. But essentially now, let's just save this, save my lineup up, and now what I can do is go out and I can view it. Now the way we've set this up is that a PDF is going to be generated of my lineup, which I can then print out, and I might want to view it this way as a photo array simultaneously, or perhaps what I want to do is look at it sequentially. Same thing, I can get a PDF, which will give me here are all of my suspects, one page at a time, and I can view it that way. What we also do is generate out an administrative form, which gives you the cheat sheet, if you will, of here are all the people that were added onto the array, but then also we get a form here that your officer can read off to the victim or witness and then sign off on which photo was chosen or not chosen. So that's a real quick look at the application. More details, there's a lot more involved in this, but for now for our quick video. Let's stop.